high draw with the driver from the tee is a shot that so many golfers would love to be able to hit. And I'm going to make it really easy for you in this video with 3 things that you need to focus on. Key point number 1, tee height. You can see I've got a golf ball teed up here. This would be kind of my normal tee height. I tend to tee it a little lower than maybe what would be considered the norm, but I'm going to find it very difficult to hit the high draw from that position. So I'm going to, for this particular shot, I'm actually going to use a longer tee. And you can see now as I set the club in behind the ball, just how different that is from that first one that we showed. That's really key. And even changing the tee height alone can actually influence your swing and create a more right path. That's our first one. Number 2, path. We've got to move our path out to the right. If we want to hit that draw, 2 things that have to be in. Your club path has to be out to the right and the club face has to be slightly close to it. So how do we change our club path? That sounds really complicated, but it can be really easy. There's a setup trick that you can do which changes your club path. What is it? Well, take your normal address. Notice how my alignment is normal, i.e. my toes, my knees, my hips, and my shoulders. But using my upper body, so my shoulders and my torso, I'm going to rotate those away from the target and drag the club along the ground. You can see that club is maybe a foot, maybe just over behind the golf ball. And it's actually arced slightly inside. Starting your golf swing here does wonders. It moves your path out to the right and it causes you to hit more up on the golf ball. 2 really important things for that high draw. Why does it work? Well, think about your swing as a circle. Your circle is aimed somewhere. As we make that little adjustment to our setup, your swing circle gets shifted more out to the right. So that alone will change the club path. How do we change club face? Well, that comes on to our 3rd key point, and it's all about the thinking toe or heel. I want you to focus on the toe. Your toe of the golf club has got to win the race. What do I mean by that? Well, it's got to reach the ball effectively before the heel, or that's got to be your swing thought. So as I go through the golf ball, I'm going to be making sure that my hands, the club shaft and the club head pass my body, and the toe of the golf club is going to feel like it wins the race. The toe is beating the heel to the golf ball. It's that release, that concept and that idea which will produce that slightly closed club face to the path, and it's going to make that ball curve from right to left. It's an impressive shot if you can manage it, and I think those tips are going to really help you. So I've got ball nicely teed high. I'm going to make my little adjustment in my takeaway, and now my sole focus is toe wins the race. Definitely one you can show off to your playing partners with those 3 tips.